Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. All right, today's topic is the ills of co-parenting. Okay, now before we get started, I want to thank all of you who have donated to help my adopted family. I truly appreciate you. Now, I'm going to be running this campaign for just one more week. All right, so this time next week will probably be the end date. But I wanted to thank all of you, and I wanted to give those of you who haven't had the opportunity to give, because just know that giving is a true blessing. What you give out, the universe is going to multiply back to you. So don't be hesitant to give. I know there was a time when I didn't have it. I mean, I was really broke. And I heard this message about giving. And I said, well, what you got to lose? So I gave what I had to someone who needed it more than me. And I mean, things began to change for me. It all came back to me in multiples. So don't be afraid to give, because when you give with a free heart, the universe will bless you. I want to thank all of you, and I let you know that I really appreciate you. And I'll say this on here because I said it on another video, that at the end, like maybe next Monday, if you would like to know how much we raised, because what I give to the family is really from the channel. Okay, and if you want to know how much we raised and all of that, you send me an email, and I would be happy to let you know exactly what was presented to the family. I appreciate all of you, and let's get on with the topic. Co-parenting, the ills. Now, I did pull a short video. Let's watch this video, and we have a letter. Then we're going to read the letter and dive right into this topic. The ills of co-parenting. Here we go.
So you're trying to co-parent with a toxic ex? Let me help you out. Not gonna happen. I think we misunderstand the fact that co-parenting very literally means cooperative parenting. So let me ask you a question. Did they cooperate with you when you were with them? Chances are, if I know anything about an imbalanced dynamic like this, you were doing all the things. Doctors, dentists, registration, parent-teacher conferences, extracurricular activities, play dates. You were, and very likely still are, the chef, the chauffeur, the referee, the stylist, the party planner, the warden, the counselor, the errand runner, the late-night triage nurse, the overworked, overburdened, extremely exhausted, present parent. And the thing that makes this the hardest is that they watched you carry that burden. Unbothered, maybe for years. And I'm sure you had numerous conversations with them about how you needed them to step up and help you out, only to be met with some excuse or some pathetic pacifying attempt at helping you, where they take 10 pounds off of your 100-ton weight of responsibilities for all of a week, maybe two. This was the picture of cooperative parenting when you two were together, the optimal dynamic for cooperation. So now that you're away, living your life where they can't regularly control you or manipulate you or weigh you down so they can soar, you think cooperative parenting will work now? Absolutely not.
All right, let's dive right into this letter. I have a 5-year-old son. I was with his father for 5 years. A very toxic relationship that I'm glad I'm out of. It's been about 2 years for us not being together. He is now married and has another son. Well, darn. You mean to tell me that as soon as your relationship with this man was over, he ran off and married somebody and had a son? Sound like a narcissist to me. This doesn't matter, but I'm just giving you context. Yes, it does matter, because it tells me what kind of man you're dealing with. All right? My problem is that every time my son goes with his dad, it's a problem. Yeah! How can it not be a problem? You said right here. Your relationship with this man was very toxic. So you sending your son into a toxic environment, and you say it ain't no problem? Okay. Maybe about 6 or 7 months ago, when he went with his dad, My son's dad was stabbed by his wife, and my son saw it all. You mean to tell me you you send your 5-year-old baby around these toxic people and hope that he's going to be okay? Okay. When I went to get my son, she stated that she's not playing with us. She crazy. Yeah, yeah. And your son is helpless. But remember, your son is like a little sponge. He's soaking all this up and is teaching him how to be when he becomes an adult. Okay? It's all training, experience and training, and it's all negative and toxic. Okay. While holding the knife, and my son's dad is standing there naked, drunk, and bleeding out, I got my son and left fast. I didn't say anything to everything. She was saying nothing happened. Oh, it would have been a fight if you had something to say. They remained together, but I kept my son away for a while after that situation. You should have kept your son away forever. And you too. When I asked my son's father what happened, he always blames his wife and trying to basically play both sides, like she doesn't like me and think that him and I have something going on. Whatever. You should not be dealing with these people, period. When you and this man broke up, what was it, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever, that should have been it for you. But see, you haven't healed from whatever reason you were attracted to this narcissist in the first place. You haven't healed from it. You're still seeing situations from a toxic vision. Okay? And in your mind, as long as your 5-year-old son comes back physically broken, you understand this woman is wielding a knife. She could get mad enough and stab him. And you just standing on where he was with his daddy. You know, he was with his daddy. What kind of sense does that make? Okay. And then you're going to ask the father, this toxic individual, what happened? Okay. And you can plainly see from his response, he's not about to stand up to her. Now, look at this. She may hold the purse strings. Because of the way that he got married so fast, he probably don't have nothing. She probably has it all. He probably moved into her place. So he don't want to blow that right now. Because he doesn't have another main supply. Now, that's assuming that he is a narcissist. And up to now, it's kind of sounds like he could be. Because of the way that he married so fast and had a baby so fast. That's a narcissist move. Okay, to lock you down. All right, now apparently she's a wild buck and she's willing to fight. Okay, but you say that she thinks that something's going on between you and him, and you say that would never be the case. Why are you still hanging around there then? But me personally, I don't care anything about the relationship. Yeah, you do. Just as long as my son doesn't see madness, he already has. And is safe. He's not. And he is treated well. He hasn't been. And you still sending him over there. Probably, now I'm going to venture out and say, maybe this is the way that you was raised. And maybe it was better than the way you was raised. Okay, so no fault, no foul. You don't know better. But when you know better, it's time to do better. Okay, and this is not better. All right, number one, you need to heal. And then you can protect your son. But right now, with you unhealed, you don't even know how to protect your son. You keep sending him off to a demon race. What kind of nonsense is that? Okay, you still got some more letters, so let's see what you're saying. So maybe 2 weeks ago, my son was with his dad. I was getting calls from his wife at 5 a.m. I'm asleep, so I'm not answering. Well, anybody that gets a phone call at 5 a.m., it's some kind of emergency. So why wouldn't you answer? And plus, your son is out of the house. Your son could have been hurt, killed, stolen, any kind of, and you not answering because you sleep? Come on, people. I don't like to be disturbed when I'm sleeping. Not even for the life of your baby. You deal with it when you wake up. So the wife goes and calls my mom and stepdad from my son's tablet and tells them to come and get him because my son's dad was out drinking and never came back. You know what? No, this is not the way to a happy life. You're still living in a very low vibration. And it seems that the people around you, they all the same. Okay? To protect your son and to get out of this toxicity, like I told you, you got to heal. It's got to come out of you. All right? You can't go out and think you can find it. So don't go running off to the church thinking if I get saved, everything else back. I have nothing to do with it. You got to heal inside from those childhood wounds that you suffered growing up. Okay? And a lot of that is going to start with forgiveness. Forgiving whoever raised or didn't raise you. Okay? All right, let's go on with your letter. Okay, it made you upset that your son's dad was out drinking and never came back. You don't care nothing about that boy. So why you keep sending them over there? Some women, I guess they do it out of habit, thinking that he's the dad and his responsibility is to take care of his kid. Well, why do you want your boy, your baby 5-year-old boy, to end up like his dad? I don't understand that. I don't care if it is his dad. You want him to be just like him? Well, then quit sending him over there. Okay. So now I'm thinking about just cutting off co-parenting because it's just a lot of drama or extra stuff when he doesn't help financially. He's broke. I know he wasn't helping you, financially, maybe giving you a few dollars here and there when he says he can. It's not a steady, dependable thing because he's not that kind of guy. You see? And he's not even able to do it wherever he's living. This girlfriend, she's probably footing the bill. That's why she's all ready to fight at any turn. She's angry too. She's being used, just like you was used. You understand? But you don't want your boy to be like his dad. Okay? You want your boy to be an upstanding, righteous individual. But to do that, you got to be righteous. You got to be stand up. That's why I say you got to heal. You have to change. Okay? So you say that the dad only gets him a day or two. He shouldn't get him at all. Because the dad don't care if he gets him. Okay? Also, best thing is to cut communication and co-parenting for a while. I think you should cut it, period. He don't need to see this man, period. Let your son grow up to be a great, upstanding individual. And the way to do that, you got to keep your baby away from toxic people. Because like I said, he's a little sponge right now. He's learning from everything he sees. Understand? And he doesn't need to be in that. So you say, me and the wife had words, and her words were always aggressive. She wants to control every situation, and the dad is silent when she is talking crazy. So I think it's best to cut ties. I told you she running the show. But he's no good anyway. He's no good anyway. And she's probably woofing at you because she don't want you around there no way. She don't really want your boy coming over there. You understand? Because of him, she's tolerating it. And that's all it is. And I know that your baby can feel it. Because little kids can feel when people don't care nothing about them. You understand? And you don't know what she's doing to your son when even he's not there. Which I bet he's not there a lot. Okay, he didn't marry her to be there. He married her to have a roof over his head. Okay? All right, let's go on here. You say that you have everything you need to take care of your son. Well, then you need to do that. My home is peaceful. And if you have your own home, then I know he was a narcissist. That's why he hooked up with you. Okay? So I think it's best to cut ties until they learn to relax. No, you should cut ties, period. You don't need to be with these people, and your son don't need to be with these people. These people don't want you in their lives anyway. Back off. And stop calling my phone while he is with them. If he's not with them, they won't be calling you. So you want me to let you know what I think. And so I did. You know, you got to love yourself. But you don't. You don't. That's why I say you need to heal. I did do a video on how to heal. And maybe if you can, search it or something and listen to that video. It's very important because honestly, you may have been raised in a toxic environment. And that's why you accept toxicity and think that it's normal. It's not normal, and it's going to destroy your son if you continue on this path. Okay? The only way that I see you can turn things around is for you to concentrate on your own healing. And like I said, it's going to begin with a lot of forgiving your parents first, or the people that raised you. You got to forgive those childhood events before you can even think about him, your ex. Okay? But your son doesn't need to be with him, period. And I doubt it if he even call up and say, well, when my son gonna come over here? I doubt it. I think you the one been pushing it for him to take him in the first place, telling him is his responsibility. I think all ladies need to stop that. I think you should be self-sufficient, and if you have a baby, take it like it's your baby. If you're fortunate enough to have a man who's going to follow through with you and support you and the baby, cool. But if you don't, you're not going to crumble. And you're not going to go crawling and begging him for piddlings just to survive. So anyway, I hope that you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And if you're looking for today's affirmation and movement, the link is also in the description. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. And again, I want to thank those who left a donation. And just remember, all your donations at this time will go to help this single mother and her children, my adopted family. And I appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best and happiness, and I really hope to see you next time.